do a quick video on how to move data with SQL Loader. SQL Loader is a utility that allows the user to import non-Oracle data into an Oracle database. And we'll do a couple of steps. We create data that will be loaded into the database. We create a new table for the database. We create a control file for the SQL Loader. And finally, we load the data into the database using the SQL Loader. You'll come across words like spool, which gives you the ability to write information. So let's log into our database as HR user, so HR schema. Now let's create the data. We create the data which is a non-Oracle data we want to import into the database. So the first thing is for us to create the data. So we go like set heading of spool gives you the ability to write information. Spool pit.txt, and we will select first the name. Let's concat this. Because we want more than a column, so we have to add the columns here. Last underscore name. Let's concat this as well. The last one is salary. From employees table. That's it. You have the data all displayed here. I will do spool of. Now let's exit and VI into pit. .txt so we can clean the data up. So let's remove the spaces we have in between the data. Let's clean this up. Okay. We'll clean the data up to remove the spaces we have in between. Everything looks okay. Let's check one more time to be sure we don't have spaces there. Yeah, everything looks okay. Let's quit and save this. Now I told you we'll create a control file. So let's vi pit.txt.ctl vi pit.txt.ctl, and we write this. That'll be load data info file, put this in commas, pit.txt because that was the data we created. Into the table, we're gonna create a table pit. The fields we selected are the columns we want. Fields terminated by comma. I'll put first name, the last name, the salary, close this up. Okay. So we say load data and file to p.txt into table page fields terminated by this first name, last name, salary. So let's save this. Save and quit. Now let's go to our SQL loader. Now we will create. Come here. We'll create table page. I'll select first name, last name, and the salary from employees table. Now let's run this to create the table P. So it's P created. So let's check this to see. Just select start from P to be sure we got the table. And you see we have the first name, last name, and the salary. We only want the table structure, we don't want the data. We want to import the data from an external source and load it into the structure here. So what we do is, let's refresh this. We go to the table. And you see Pit right here. Click on Pit. Go to table. Let's truncate this table. That means you get the data out of the table structure, but you keep the structure. So we apply. See, table Pit has been truncated. Okay. Now let's check one more time to be sure we don't have anything in table Pit. So let's start from Pit. Let's run this one more time. As you can see, we only got the structure, the first name, last name, and the salary. Now let's go to our command line and we'll run this SQL loader. We have a control file as control because pit.txt.ctl and our log file is pit.txt.log. So SQL loader, we're gonna run this control, which is a control file, is p.txt.ctl, and log file is p.txt.log. So let's run this username is HR and our password is HR. And it says commit point reach logical record count 65, commit point reach logical record count 107 rows successfully loaded. Check the log file, and that's the log file. So if you want to view the log file, you can do view pip.txt.log, and as you have the summary of everything we just did right here. It says reject error and pip, and you can read everything about the log right here. So let's quit this. Go to our SQL loader. Let's run this, select start from Pit one more time. We have 107 rows loaded. So that's how you use the SQL loader to load data from a non-Oracle data into an Oracle database. Let's go to a command line. Let's do an ls. You can see we have the log file, the control file, and it says pit.bat. Those are the bat. When you say the bat, it means the files that were not loaded. Now you can view this pit.bat. It says 107 rows selected, spool off. As it loaded 107 rows. Let's quit this. I will go one more time to see that we are 107 rows.